Did you know that adding web pages to your business-critical apps is a great way to drastically improve the user experience and engagement of your website? With SOTI Snap, the information that already exists on your company's website can easily be added to your mobile apps without requiring additional development. For example, if you want to highlight a product in your app that's on your company's website, you can embed that specific page so your end users can view the web page content within the app. Hello, I'm MJ, Principal Instructor here at SOTI. In this video, I'll walk you through how to embed existing web pages into your apps using SOTI Snap. Let's begin. To demonstrate this, we create a product page within an app. Here we have buttons labeled with the following product names: SOTI Snap, SOTI Assist, and SOTI Connect. Currently, these buttons have no actions assigned to them. In this video, we will assign actions to create the app web pages, so when buttons are clicked, the appropriate web page will load directly within the app. Let's create the web pages for each product in the app. Select the Projects tab in the left side menu and click on the green plus sign in the right corner of the Projects panel. In the Add dialog box, choose Web Page, name it SOTI Snap, then click Add. You can see the page you just created on the mobile canvas. This page is empty. No widgets can be dropped onto it, as it will serve as the container for the embedded web page to be loaded into. Let's quickly create the other two web pages for SOTI Assist and SOTI Connect. Here we have created the SOTI Assist and SOTI Connect pages by following the same steps as the SOTI Snap page. Now that we have all three pages, let's set them up to load the appropriate web page. Click on the SOTI Snap page in the Project panel. In the Web Page Properties tab, on the right side menu, you'll notice the name of the page is entered in the name field. You can change the name here. In this case, we'll leave it as SOTI Snap. The page title can also be changed by choosing Custom Name in the drop-down menu and entering a new name. In this case, we will keep the page title the same as the page name. The URL section is where we will enter the URL for the web page we would like to load onto this page. We will simply copy the URL of the SOTI Snap web page from the web browser and paste it into the URL field in the SOTI Snap console. The SOTI Snap web page is now set up. Let's quickly set up the other product pages in the same manner. Here you can see we have the other two product pages set up with the applicable URLs. Now we can go back to the products page and set up each button with an action to navigate to these pages when clicked. In the Projects panel, click on the Products page. Next, on the mobile canvas, click to select the SOTI Snap button. With the button selected, click on the Events tab in the right side menu. Here we can see the button, by default, has an on-click event configured to it. Let's add an action to navigate to the SOTI Snap web page we just created. To do this, click Add in the Actions section. Click the Select Action drop-down menu and choose Navigate. In the Link To section, click on the Select a Page drop-down menu and choose the SOTI Snap page. Click Add, then click Save. Now, when end users click the SOTI Snap button, they will be taken to the page that we've created where the SOTI Snap web page will be loaded. Let's quickly set up the navigation action for the other two buttons. Now we have all three buttons set up with the navigation action and all three web pages set up with the correct URLs. Let's publish the app and see how it looks on the device. Here you can see the updated app on the device. If we tap on the SOTI Snap button, we are taken to the SOTI Snap web page. Because we are still in the app, we can easily navigate back to the products page and test the other buttons. The URL used in this example is considered a static URL. In other words, the web address never changes. There may be times, however, when we will want to embed a web page with a dynamic URL into your app. A dynamic URL contains parameters that can be changed according to the end user's interactions. For example, a search results page from a website we'll have URL parameters that change depending on what the end user enters in the search field. Let's explore how to set this type of URL up in SOTI Snap. On the products page, we have created a text box and a search button. We will set them up so when the end users input a topic in the text box and click the button, the app will deliver search results for that topic from the SOTI website within the SOTI Snap app. First, we will give the text box a name which we can reference later. Select the text box on the mobile canvas. Navigate to the web properties in the right side panel. In the name field, we will name the text box Search Term 1. Before we set up the search button, let's create the web page that will load the search results. With the Projects tab selected, click on the green plus sign in the Projects panel. In the Add dialog box, select Web Page and name it Search Results. Click Add. Next, you will need the URL from the Search Results web page. In this case, we will use the Search Results page from SOTI.net. Go to the Search Results web page in the browser and copy the base URL, which is everything to the left of the question mark in the URL. In the SOTI Snap console, ensure the Search Results page is selected in the Projects panel. In the Web Properties tab on the right side panel, click in the URL field and paste the base URL. The base URL alone is not enough information to set up the search capability. We need to add the query parameters to make the search functional. Underneath the URL field in the Web Properties panel, you will see a section where you can configure URL parameters. Here you can add parameters to configure the following: headers, which are used when you want to grant app users access to secure web pages; query strings, which are used to display the results of a search; cookies, which are used to keep users logged into a web page by passing a token or session key and value; and path parameters, which are used to provide more dynamic links. Since we are interested in creating a search results page, we will use the query string by selecting the question mark icon. Next, click Add to add this key and value. To find the key, you will need to go back to the search results page in the browser. In the URL, look for the term in between the question mark and the first equal sign. In this case, the term is query. Copy and paste the term into the key field in SOTI Snap. By doing this, we are telling SOTI Snap to add this key to the base URL when the page is loaded. SOTI Snap will automatically add the question mark and the query to the URL. For the value, use the drop-down menu and find the name of the text box you created. In this case, the text box was named Search Term 1. Select this for the value. By doing this, Search Term 1 represents whatever the end user types in the text box. And by using Search Term 1 as the value, we are telling SOTI Snap to take whatever the end user types in the text box and add it to the URL when the search button is clicked. This URL with the key and the value attached produces the search results page corresponding to what the end user is searching for. Now that we have the search results page set up, let's go back to the products page and configure the search button to navigate to this page when clicked. Select the products page in the Projects panel. On the mobile canvas, click the Search Website button. With the button selected, click on the Events tab in the right side menu. Here you can see the button's default on-click event configured. Let's add the Navigate action for this event. Click Add in the Actions section. Now, click on the Select Action field and choose the Navigate option from the drop-down menu. In the Link To field, click on the Select a Page drop-down menu and select Search Results Page. Click Add, then Save. Now when the end user enters a topic in the text box and clicks the search button, the search term will be added to the URL and the appropriate web page will be added to the search results page within the SOTI Snap app. This URL will change according to what the end user inputs into the search field. Let's publish this app and see what this looks like on the device. Here we are in the SOTI Snap app on the products page. In the text box on the device, we will type in the topic. Though the URL is dynamic, it can be added to the SOTI Snap app and the end user doesn't need to leave the app to search the website. When we click on the search button, we are taken to the appropriate search results on SOTI.net, which is now embedded on the SOTI Snap app. And that's it. In just a few minutes, I've shown you how to add web pages to your business-critical apps, allowing you to extend the reach of your existing web pages and improve the user experience and engagement of your apps. Thank you for tuning in. Click subscribe to get the latest updates. To learn more about how the SOTI One platform reduces the cost, complexity, and downtime of your business-critical mobile and IoT operations, visit SOTI.net.